Inside America's most affluent Black communities. Over the last 25 years, the number of African American millionaires has doubled, resulting in the emergence of a new Black upper class in the United States who believes in Black excellence, a mindset that not only celebrates individual achievements in the Black community, but perfects itself through actions and leadership and perseverance with the purpose of inspiring and empowering Black individuals to strive for success and make positive contributions to their communities. Currently, 1 in 50 Black families are millionaires, and Black people come in as the second largest group of millionaires in the country, after white Americans. This upper class, which makes up approximately 3% of the African American population, equates to nearly 1.5 million people and keeps growing, thriving, and expanding, thus creating a series of predominantly Black communities where excellence and affluence go hand in hand. And even when we're not talking about millionaires, America's Black upper class still thrives and creates Black neighborhoods in which the average income reaches or surpasses $100,000 a year, effectively positioning an important slab of African American people on the affluent side. Only 20% of the Black population in the US enters this elite group, and they are shaping these emerging Black elite communities around the US. Situated in Rockland County, this region was not historically known for its African American population. However, as the town attracted more and more residents from Brooklyn and the Bronx in the 90s, the demographics shifted from almost all white to majority Black. In recent years, it has gained recognition as a prosperous Black neighborhood, boasting a median family income of $103,000 and reaching heights of $125,000 as per the 2020 census. Hillcrest is known as a bedroom suburb of New York City due to many of its 8,600 residents commuting to work in the city. The African American population in Hillcrest comprises over half of the total population at 51.1%, with 25.58% being white and 14.69% Asian. The median home value in Hillcrest is $401,000, and the community boasts a higher than average household income of $103,000. The majority of homes in Hillcrest are owned, with over 75% being owner-occupied and only around 23% being rented. The town has a low unemployment rate of 3.4% and offers numerous career opportunities with close to 150 businesses, many of which are Black-owned. During the 1990s, Hillcrest began to see an influx of immigrants from Asia and the Caribbean, as well as new residents from Brooklyn and the Bronx, who were drawn to the community for similar reasons as the Jewish community had been in previous decades. However, this period also marked a decline in the number of white residents, with Hillcrest losing a higher percentage of white residents than any other place in New York. Over the course of 2 decades, from 1980 to 2001, the community's demographics shifted significantly, with Hillcrest transforming from being predominantly white to being only about 1/5 white. As of the 2000 census, Hillcrest is now a predominantly African American community. Mitchellville, Maryland. Mitchellville, located in Prince George's County, Maryland, is considered the most prosperous African American community in the state, boasting an average family income of $118,000. With a majority Black population of approximately 85%, the community enjoys an upper middle class status. The neighborhood boasts clean and tranquil surroundings, with streets lined with trees, expansive green areas, and even a championship golf course. It is a coveted residence for professional athletes, high-level executives, and successful entrepreneurs. It is also known for its impressive and spacious homes, which are perfectly complemented by the prestigious country club. The club features a distinguished Arnold Palmer-designed golf course, clay tennis courts, inviting swimming pools, and immaculate lawns. Additionally, its homes are characterized by long, extensive driveways that add to the grandeur of the exclusive gated community. Prince George's County is a place where daily interactions with African American-owned businesses are common, and per capita income is #1 for African Americans. Mitchellville's residents take tremendous pride in their friendly community and beautiful homes, and to make things better, the region also ranks first in advanced degrees from an educational standpoint. Its Central Avenue is known as the Millionaire Mile, with mile after mile of subdivisions featuring mansions, with a median listing price of $385,000. The schools in the area are above state averages, and many of the churches are mega-sized. While the area is new and forward-looking, it also has a rich history, including the Newton White Mansion. The community county has been home to several notable figures, both past and present, including activist, actress, and American ballet dancer Sidney Magruder, Washington, Minnesota Lynx guard Lindsey Allen, DC United defender Chris Odoi-Atsum, Arkansas Razorbacks guard Chris Likes, and entrepreneur and restaurant chain owner Lance London. But it's not only about Mitchellville when it comes to affluent Black communities in Maryland. Barry L. Hudson, a senior policy advisor to the county executive, said to the Washington Post that Prince George's County officials are pleased with the recognition their neighborhoods are getting. We constantly talk about how great a county Prince George's is to live in. At least 5 of the main communities in the county have been counted among the wealthiest Black places in the county's borders. This supports the notion we say all the time: we are one of the most affluent African American counties in the country. When you have 5 or 10 communities on the list, Fort Washington, Friendly, Kettering, Mitchellville, and Woodmore, it shows Prince George's County is a desirable place for not just African Americans, but for all people. Baldwin Hills, California. The area formed by the adjacent neighborhoods of Baldwin Hills, Ladera Heights, Windsor Hills, and View Park, located in Los Angeles, California, is predominantly owned by African Americans and has a median family income of $159,000, making it one of the wealthiest Black communities in the United States and a shining example of Black excellence. Many of the homes in these areas are valued upwards of $2 million, and numerous Black celebrities like Lenny Kravitz, Ray Charles, Tina Turner, Debbie Allen, and several famous basketball players have lived in the neighborhood, earning it the nickname Black Beverly Hills. However, some residents in the area think this label can create a distorted image of a community that takes pride in its unique history and identity. Denise Burnett, a resident interviewed by ABC, declared, "I'm pretty sure it wasn't somebody African American that labeled it Black Beverly Hills. Everyone here has worked very hard. They didn't have a silver spoon in their mouth. It wasn't given to them or inherited. They worked very hard to be here, and we always knew that there were more affluent Black people that lived in the Baldwin Hills area. So as kids, we always wanted to be there." But this LA spot is also remarkable for being one of the first racially integrated neighborhoods in the area. Starting in the 1950s, the almost entirely white neighborhoods in Baldwin Hills began to undergo a transformation. This change was brought about after the Supreme Court overturned the enforcement of racially restrictive covenants in 1948, allowing affluent Black families who had previously been confined to areas around Central Avenue to move into neighborhoods that offered better amenities and opportunities, thus starting the tradition of affluent Black families moving there and creating a strong and lasting community. Nowadays, the area continues to thrive. The Crenshaw LAX Light Rail project, with a budget of $2.1 billion, is expected to bring high-quality transit to South LA. Residents are hopeful that the project will also spur new development and bring new amenities to the area. Additionally, efforts are underway to preserve the Black history of the Crenshaw district through Destination Crenshaw, an upcoming 1.1-mile outdoor museum that will run along the new Crenshaw line. As a result of this renewed attention and the increasing demand for housing, the Baldwin Hills real estate market has become quite competitive. It's virtually impossible to move in for less than $1.2 million, and that's only if you're willing to settle for a retro-looking old house built in the 1960s or 70s. Baldwin Hills continues to attract Black residents due to its appealing features. Aside from the African American presence, the history, and the culture, it includes ample opportunities for outdoor activities, stunning vistas, and proximity to popular venues like SoFi Stadium and the Forum. Hunt, who now resides in Baldwin Hills Estates, shares these sentiments. Over the past few decades, African Americans in the United States have made significant strides in education, politics, and the economy. One of the most visible signs of this progress has been the emergence of affluent Black communities, which have become increasingly common across the country. These communities are characterized by their high median incomes, expensive homes, and top-notch schools, among other amenities. The success of these communities can be attributed to several factors. One of the most important is the increasing representation of African Americans in high-paying professions, such as law, medicine, and finance. Another factor is the growing awareness of the importance of education, which has led to higher rates of college attendance and graduation among African Americans. Moreover, these communities serve as models of what can be achieved when African Americans have access to the resources and opportunities needed to thrive. They provide a blueprint for success that can be replicated in other communities, inspiring and empowering young African Americans to aim high and achieve their goals.